Hello, NAMI, North Carolina. I'm glad to join you. My name is Dan Gillison, the CEO of NAMI. Dare to care. At NAMI, it's a mission, a message, a mandate, a vision, a history, and most importantly, our blueprint for the future. Dare to care. It's our brand of caring when caring becomes a commitment. It's the glue to our community. It's how we stick together. Many people have asked me to give a State of the NAMI address. There's so much going on and so much that we've done. We're going to share part of our portfolio with you. Overall, we're going to really focus on daring to care. What sets NAMI apart first and foremost is how much you all care. You'll never say this about yourselves, but you know, caring in the truest sense of the word. It calls on courage, on daring, on being willing to act from your heart to make an impact on others. To make the world a better place, your actions come from a better place. A place of honesty, morality, virtue, decency, and fairness. Dare to care. This is my challenge, not to you, but to myself as part of this organization. To be unafraid to take a bold step, even if it's not the popular step. As many of you know, I'm still what you'd call a rookie, a freshman. In other words, lucky to be here and eager to contribute. I've been doing a lot of watching, listening, and getting humbled and inspired. It's an uncertain world out there. How many times have we heard that in 2020? This has driven the numbers of people who are clinically depressed and people living with serious anxiety up and up. The CDC's June estimates show 40% of this country are confronted by this. Those who were already living with serious mental illness saw a deepening in their condition. From the very beginning of this organization, we have known that caring is not a passive thing. It's not the catalyst to tears or a topic for conversation. It's the moral imperative to act on behalf of others. We understand that even if we have our own burdens, others have been saddled with the weight of the world. 40 years ago, Harriet Shetler and Beverly Young, our founders, two women who would become the foundation of our NAMI DNA, our mold for miracles, were faced with a kind of wrong thinking that threatened to crush them. They were mothers, each one with a child with schizophrenia, and they had doctors who told them it was their fault. Imagine hearing that from a professional that you respected. Harriet, Beverly, you're parenting wrong. You are the illness. Dare to care. My hunch is that these women felt very vulnerable at that time. Now think about it. No one is 100% sure their own critics aren't at least part right. Still, they clearly had a strength of character, of caring and determination that far exceeded the doctor's opinions. One of my favorite quotes is, "Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care." Now I know how much you care because we can all feel the impact of these women to this very day. They founded NAMI not in self-pity, but in honor of their children, committed to a healthier arc to their life's journey. When you dare to care, the power of hope lights eyes and moves mountains. Lighting eyes and moving mountains, it seems to me that's what NAMI has done, is doing today, and is committed to accomplishing tomorrow and beyond. Let me be specific for a moment to give you all an update on how NAMI and our alliance have uplifted me and the millions who depend on our work. Our overall strategic plan is a great place to start. We listen and build our community. We educate and support. We advocate and we lead the conversation. You don't have to know everything to lead the conversation. You just have to get decision makers, subject matter experts, people with lived experience and their families talking, and then trust the process. NAMI is proactive inside and out. We want people to get help early in their lives, early in their illness or condition. Early treatment powered by accelerated research. You might know about our Ending the Silence presentation too, an evidence-based program that educates students, families, and school staff about warning signs and the value of early intervention. Another evidence-based program is NAMI Basics on Demand, which already has more than 30,000 registrants. Our national helpline is a free peer support service providing information, resource referrals, and support. With every passing day, we hope to involve and impact more and more people as NAMI expands the helpline's hours and reach. We are also a lead partner in a major new scientific initiative, AMP, or Accelerating Medicine's Partnership Schizophrenia. It's a 5-year project to identify biomarkers associated with clinical high-risk symptoms of schizophrenia, which will ultimately lead to the development of better, more targeted treatments. I'm probably late to this realization, but it seems to me that daring to care is also daring to go out on a limb, and more than one limb at a time. Mental health cannot afford to be like the news with 1 or 2 stories dominating our attention. What we do sounds like the math books when I was a kid. Divide and conquer, multiply our reach and resources, subtract obstacles, and add people, plans, prospects, products, and pride. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I would say the way we've adapted to the changes of this year prove what I believe we are. Unstoppable. Virtually unstoppable. Just look what we've done in this fickle, volatile, unreliable 2020 already. Turning our signature fundraising event, the NAMI Walks, into NAMI Walks Your Way, a vibrant virtual alternative. NAMICon, our annual convention, traded nation in-person networking with something even more intimate and far-reaching. An online NAMICon that saw registrants this year from every state and 38 countries. 25,000 plus registered and nearly 13,000 attending. Wow. We also have continued and deepened our commitment to our public-facing forum, Ask the Expert, which involves hosting top experts from inside and outside of NAMI to spread valuable knowledge, including our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Ken Duckworth. Our stature in the press has continued to grow, and our social media numbers have seen a notable increase. NAMI has a multi-year partnership with public media and well-beings, concentrating on the youth mental health crisis in the first 3 years, including a Ken Burns documentary and a co-branded site that since June has seen over 10 million impressions. Wellbeings is on a 34-city tour tying NAMI state and affiliate organizations to their local PBS TV and radio stations. When you check your calendars for any of these events, you might also notice the inspiring expansion of awareness months to keep the work we do on behalf of the mind top of mind, amplifying many of our conversation points in the national conversation. Mental Health Month, B.B. Moore Campbell Minority Mental Health Month, Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, Mental Illness Awareness Week, Hispanic Heritage Month, Indigenous Peoples Month, Black History Month, Disability Employment Awareness Month, Asian American Pacific Islander Month, LGBTQ Pride, and more. Dare to care enough that you don't care what some people think, especially the people who think you don't know enough. Moving forward, NAMI will leverage our experience and expertise to increase our strength as an organization and alliance, as well as the strength of all of the change agents in the mental health world, including you. We will increase our dependence on and belief in diversity, equity, and inclusion. When you leave out people, you leave yourself behind. We will continue to create and convene partnerships, increase our financial strength for everyone in the alliance. Where does this lead us? To get people the best possible care. By 2025, we will have influenced public perceptions of the value of peer-informed mental health education, support, advocacy, and care. And we will underscore the value that got us started at NAMI. Awareness of the range and severity of certain serious mental illnesses, such as schizophrenia, major depression, and bipolar disorder. We will continue to fight for legislation on the federal level with Congress and the administration to get the best possible care, expanding even further telehealth capabilities among many other initiatives. I am very proud of our mental health initiative for frontline health and public safety workers. We are partnering with Starbucks and others on this initiative. A COVID guide has been created in both English and Spanish to answer frequently asked questions regarding the intersection between COVID-19 and people affected by mental illness, their caregivers and loved ones. We're more mobile focused than ever at NAMI as well, and we look to maximize the third screen. We will leverage technology to be more efficient, amplify our advocacy and public awareness efforts, and reach more people through our education and support. We also must double down on getting people diverted from involvement in the justice system. This is especially timely as we are beset as a nation by racial trauma and injustice, systemic obstacles that seem more and more impossible to surmount. The NAMI Board of Directors has issued a resolution on racism addressing this. We must be intentional in our approach. We must not simply condemn racism and call it a day. NAMI, in order to fulfill our mission, must be actively anti-racist. To that end, we must continue to fight to eliminate the mental health disparities perpetrated by racism and racial discrimination. We must continue to spread awareness about the negative psychological, social, educational, and economic effects caused by racism. The disparity in access to mental health care in communities of color cannot be ignored. Neither can the inequality and lack of cultural competency in mental health treatment. We have said this, and I will underscore its importance. NAMI stands in solidarity with everyone impacted across the country. We are in this together, and you are not alone. Let me make another thing clear. The endless circle that sees human beings caught up in the justice system is not just. It's a way of ensuring that this uncaring system continues, almost on its own, with us powerless to stop it. This is fertile soil for mental illness and an invitation to grow the crisis all the time. Dare to care. When there's an emergency, we all know to call 911. What would you call 911 raised to the power of NAMI? We'd call it 988. We're advocating 988 as a 3-digit mental health and suicide crisis line number. And we're also advocating for Medicaid coverage 30 days prior to release from prison. I am particularly gratified with the NAMI Sharing Your Story with Law Enforcement presentation program too. It trains peers and families to share their stories during law enforcement trainings. To paraphrase myself, dare to share. After hearing these stories during their training, officers report experiencing more empathy and understanding for mental illness, and they have an increased desire to adapt their responses to people experiencing a mental health crisis. NAMI's goal is to ensure that every law enforcement officer has the opportunity to participate in this training. We can't stop it alone, but we are not alone. We are working as a vital alliance of 48 NAMI state organizations and more than 600 affiliates. We are working as limited human beings, committed to ignore limits by blazing a trail together. We are working as human beings on behalf of our humanity. In the final analysis, caring is a cause, one that underlies all we do at NAMI. It's invisible, intangible, difficult to measure on a sliding scale, but no one can argue that it's not the most powerful tool we have for changing our world. NAMI is not here to play politics or take sides. The only sides that concern us are the left and right side of our hearts. What do you think keeps that blood pumping? Yes, it's love, friendship, loyalty, compassion, and caring. Let's take an example. When a human being has been laid low by the law or by an accident, when that person is feeling the life drain out onto the street, who does that person call for? That's right. Their mom, their dad, their loved ones. We've all seen it on social media. So many times we either look away or walk away. The person who dares to care never looks away or walks away. They reach out to anyone who reaches out for them, in words or sometimes in a desperate silence. They advocate for change, for the pain to stop. Whether it's get away from my son as a parent inserts themselves between the source of pain and a loved one who is feeling that pain, or an organization that does the same thing. We are all called upon because we care. And we care because we dare to do so. Thank you for everything you do here at NAMI, whether you are a part of the Alliance or a NAMI Walks event, or work tirelessly to tip the scales in favor of mental well-being, or are new to NAMI. Thank you, all of you, for daring to care.